Hey there. I think you and me were at the same club a few weeks ago, and I think you may have left your coat there. I brought it with me to return to you, if you would let me in. Where is it? In my car. Which I also forgot to bring. I'm sorry, it's been a long day and my memory's just bleh, you know. But if you let me wait inside, I can call my friend and have her bring it to us. Deal? Because it's freezing out here. See this dress? This is not a dress for standing around in the cold. This is a dress for taking off as soon as you can. If you catch my drift. Wow, tough crowd. But seriously, it's freezing out here, and... Hey, there's a bit of smudge on your face. So if you just let me reach up and get that off you... Shit, that hurt. Who actually has a quality crucifix in this day and age? Oh my god. Yes, I'm a vampire. Gold star for you. We need to talk. Inside. You can keep your crucifix pointed at me if you want, but I need you to hear me out. If you refuse, the next thing you hear from me will be a Molotov cocktail through your window. Little known fact, cries for help count as invitations. I knew you'd see reason. Now I'll just keep my social distance, and you'll hold your crucifix, and we'll both get through this. Nice place. Okay, let me explain myself, and what I'm doing here, and maybe you'll see things my way. Deal? Then let's start at the beginning. I'm a vampire, but you knew that already. As such, I need blood to survive, ideally human. Usually I get plenty by hitting up the local nightclubs. I show a little skin, get them drilling, leave them somewhere private, then a little bit of hypnosis and feeding time. And if I take too much and they wake up tired, they just assume that we partied a little too hard. Great system. Kept me fed for decades. Until you showed up. Let me explain. I was at Poe's Inkwell a few weeks ago, same as you. You looked cute, and I was hungry, so I put the moves on you. You responded pretty well. I must be your type or something. So I took you up to the roof and chowed down. And your blood was amazing. I've been drinking blood for centuries, and your blood outshone everything and everyone I ever fed on. So I went a little nuts. Took way more than I usually do. Yeah, now you're starting to remember. I left you on the roof and went home, but I just couldn't forget about your blood. Days went by, then a week, and I couldn't stop thinking about how you tasted. The other blood I drank just felt dull, and I was still hungry afterwards. Blood, sleep, romance. I didn't want any of that. I wanted you. And I needed you. But before I came here, I needed to figure out what happened before I made some other stupid mistake. You know how your mother's been really into genealogy lately? No, you didn't lay a finger on her, I swear. All I did was hypnotize her into thinking I was your old friend from high school, visiting town. She said you should call her more, by the way. She showed me her family charts, and I made some notes. Turns out vampires have put a lot of study into figuring out what makes a human's blood taste better or worse. Does it involve age, intellect, fitness, or something else? Ask a dozen vampires, you'll get a dozen answers. But Heredity has at least something to do with it, so some scholarly vampires keep track of certain bloodlines we know to be high quality. The best of the best are called reserve bloodlines, like with wine. Are you getting where I'm going? Oh yeah, that's you. I sent those notes to some experts, and by some miracle, your mother and father are from 2 different reserve bloodlines. We have no clue that their families even exist in our database. We had to trace it back a few generations to find out where they split off from the normal family trees. Normally, the children of 2 reserves taste mediocre, or terrible. I mean, chocolate is good and steak is good, but nobody puts chocolate sauce on their steak. But your blood, by some other miracle, is the best of both worlds. A double reserve, something we thought impossible. Now, when we find a reserve person, the smart thing to do is work your way up to them. First, feeding, you may take a few bites, then drink someone more normal to balance it out, then take a higher concentration next time. Rinse, repeat. Just going all hog and drinking new reserve blood straight from the source is pretty stupid, because that much potent blood can have side effects if you're not ready for them. Yes, doing that with a double reserve would be extra stupid. But here I am, shaking, like a heroin addict. Which is why I need your blood. Look, I don't care what you want in exchange. Money won't be a problem. Influence? You won't believe the kinds of friends in high places the vampires have. Pleasure. I don't care what kind of stuff you're into, so long as you give me your blood afterwards. And the longer I sit here, the less scary that crucifix looks in your hand. I would gladly take some burns if it made this feeling go away. You've got something in mind. Alright then, I'm in no position to negotiate. Let's hear it. I have so many questions, but I don't know if I want the answers to them. Why on earth do you have a French maid outfit of my size? I mean, when I met you at the club, I kind of hoped you had more exotic tastes. And I say my size in a relative term. Look at this neckline. I'm 2 jumping jacks away from popping it right out. Oh, seriously, this skirt is way too short. And the really depressing part? I can't even tell if this is intentional or not. I don't care what your friends say. French maid is very tame. Absolutely. Hey, what's that in your hand? Why do you have... Hey, be careful with that. Other people need that blood. A shot glass? What are you doing? A good faith payment? You mean I can just take this now? Oh, yes, I needed that. You're definitely the person I've been searching for. You didn't have to do that. But thank you. No, that's not enough to cure me. But at least I can think straight for the next day or 2. Hold on. May I? I don't want any drop to go to waste. Even better from the source. But that should stop the bleeding just fine. Now that I can hear myself think, time to hold up my end of the bargain. Just let me get into character first. Good evening, monsieur. I do apologize for the lateness of the hour, but I am here and at your service. How may I serve you first? Dinner. Very well. I shall see what I can whip up. Dinner is ready, monsieur. Come see. I'm here in the dining room. Voila. Braised roast beef, a spinach salad, and brown rice. All very tasty and high in iron. The perfect meal for a man soon to donate blood. Well, I didn't make all this food for you to stare at it. Sit down, have some. Surely you're starving. The moment of truth. What do you think? The best you've ever had? You flatter me. Especially since it's been a long while since I've had to cook for anyone. Long story, won't trouble you with the details. Well, if you insist. My family was nobility in France, many years ago. I liked all the usual noble girl things, but something about cooking fascinated me. The idea of taking so many different ingredients and making them something completely new and different just really got me. But Mother didn't approve because that was peasants' work. But it didn't stop me. When I finished my studies each day, I would sneak out in the kitchens and watch the cook and scullery maids work. I stayed out of their way, and they tolerated my countless questions. Sometimes they even let me help with simple tasks. It was a nice life, yes, but couldn't last. When the revolution began, a mob of villagers came to our chateau. Mother and father shoved me out the back door and told me to flee. I escaped the border to Italy and found a farmer willing to take me in for odd jobs, but I never saw my family again. How I became a vampire. That's a story for another time, I'm afraid. Still need to clean everything up. If Monsieur would retire, I shall get back to work. Monsieur, I expected you'd be in the living room, watching Netflix. Is something the matter? You wanted to see how I'm doing. All is well. The kitchen is taken care of, so all that remains is the dining room. I took care of the rest of the house while the food cooked. No, I haven't cleaned the floor yet. You always clean the floor last in case you drop things onto the... Oh, no, I made a mess. Well, you've got me into a bit of a compromising situation now, don't you? Bent over the ground. But is this really all you want? I mean, I'm already here. Already wearing this ridiculous outfit. Stopping now would be like going to Disneyland just to see the entrance. Suit yourself, monsieur. But now, I want what's mine. You just saw me like that and now you're nervous? Come on. I've already drank your blood once, and you barely noticed. Just lean over the table so I can reach you. There we go. Finally, after weeks of hell. Thank you. Thank you. I was afraid I'd forget what not being hungry felt like. You've saved my life, relatively speaking. No, it's not quite over. The best way to break an addiction like this is to taper down just how much of your blood I take. Mix it up with regular people, that kind of thing. Eventually, I'll be able to feed on you without the side effects. I'm glad you liked my cooking. You can go sit down if you want. I'll clean this up and see myself out. We'll probably have to do this again in a week or two. But I wouldn't mind doing this again, if you're up for it. Oui. But of course, monsieur.